Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. And Leeds have been relegated, as everybody knows, don't they? Now it's finally confirmed Leeds will play the 23-24 season back in the EFL Championship, the Sky Bet Championship, which the league which we exited 3 years ago. We're back there now after 3 seasons in the Premier League, three altogether. Very difficult and disappointing seasons, it has to be said. And we're running through this right now. Obviously, I won't be saying things that you probably already heard from various things, various different people. But I'm giving my two pence on it, as I like to do in these videos. So I'll have a look at the. Let's get straight into it. The game, first and foremost. We all knew it was a heavy task for Leeds, a big task, one which in the end we couldn't overturn. It was always going to be difficult though. We had to have three results go our way, that's including our own. And you cannot go into a game. I see what Sam Allardyce was trying to do, but it was just not the day to do that. I think was there six defenders on the pitch in the starting 11. I could see what he was trying to do, like I said, but it wasn't the day. Just wasn't the time to do that. Wasn't the match to do it. We were trying to stay in the game for long enough. If the results were going our way in the Everton and Leicester games, then we can go for it. Put the attacking players on and maybe try and nick a goal. That's what he was trying to do. Obviously, it went to pot within 90 seconds. It's Leeds United and it's Harry Kane. Harry Kane seems to enjoy games against Leeds United while we've been in the Premier League. Certainly enjoys Elland Road, doesn't he? Spurs won 4-0 there last season. I think he was definitely on the score sheet for one of the goals. Got two yesterday. Yeah, very disappointing within 90 seconds. What you don't do, is defensive suicide. Just let Harry Kane have the ball in the 6-yard box, free as a bird, and he was. Within 90 seconds, he's obviously going to put that one in. We have a mountain to climb to get two goals and hope that the other results go our way. And from there, if the heads weren't already on the floor, they just went on the floor. Misplaced passes all the way around the team. They weren't really causing a poor Spurs side, let's be honest. Spurs didn't have to play well and they won 4-1. Very, very poor. Didn't really have much in the first half. Then as soon as you're screaming, Allardyce, change it at half time. We need to win this game, regardless of what's going on in the other games. We can only control one thing, and that's win our game. Make your substitutions, man. Be attacking, be proactive, be offensive, and try and get two goals and win the game at least. He doesn't. He leaves it as it is, and is basically a carbon copy of the first half within probably 2 minutes, maybe it is 90 seconds. We're 2-0 down. It's Pedro Porro and it's Pascal Struijk who's making the error this time. Terrible defending as it has been all season. You cannot stay up conceding 78 goals in a season, losing 21 games. With letting four or more goals on 7 occasions this season. That's just not good enough. I think four of those have come in the last sort of 10 or 12 games as well. So shows you gutless, spineless. The whole lot of them really pathetic. The whole season, it's just been just madness, run really, really poorly from the top of the club. Obviously, as we know, Radrizzani hasn't really been there at all, hasn't really been interested. has left the the Orta in charge for most of the season, obviously, and he's ran it like yeah, just not good enough. I think it was probably Orta that was battling a lot of the time with the 49ers on decisions, because I don't think, Radrazani would have been that bothered. I think so. It's probably Victor Orta that is, yeah, mainly to blame, really, and his stubbornness, really. Because I think the 49ers will come in. I think they'll do a decent job. And I'm probably not going to speak about this on this video because it's mainly about the relegation, the game, um, not more on the ownership, on what's going to happen in the championship and all this sort of thing. Obviously, we'll dissect it as the summer goes on. Obviously, thank God the season is over now, but this is more about the game and my immediate thoughts on relegation, and then we'll move into it in the week and in the coming weeks on as things go on. But obviously, we've got to find a manager as well. First and foremost, let me know in the comments what you're thinking on that, how you're feeling about relegation as well. But yeah, that second goal, Paul. I didn't celebrate the goal from Jack Harrison because it didn't matter a jot at that point because Everton were winning and obviously Leicester were, and that didn't matter as well to them. So obviously it's Leicester that join us in the championship for next season. But I do believe Everton, I know Everton were relieved. Obviously, you would be relieved as we were this time last year. But it'll come to them if they don't sort themselves out as well. I know there's trouble with the board. They'll get a points deduction at some stage as well, I imagine. So they're going to struggle as time moves on. And excuse me, I think relegation probably will come to them eventually, as it has done to us, and as we haven't shaped up and sorted our house out, and it has come to Leeds United. Sad day, sad times now for us fans, and we get the brunt of what the players have done, what the club, what the hierarchy has done, or the lack of what they've done. Pathetic performances and efforts from my view on the pitch could have been better. I've said it all the season. On paper, we've got a good squad. Um, on the pitch, it's not good at all, and that's the problem. Obviously, we haven't got the results. Like I said, 7 times we've conceded 4 or more goals. You don't stay up with records like that, losing 21 of the 38 games. It's not good enough. And you look again. I'll do a video later in the in the summer, sort of. Well, probably in the next week or this week. It's about who in my view, who I think should go, who I think should stay, the makeup of the squad in the championship from the squad that we've got. Who's going to go, who's going to stay. I'd like to get your thoughts on that in the comments there as well. But I'll be doing a video on that, I think, as well, because the squad needs gutting, and it will be gutted. Um, you know, Not like the fans who are gutted. They'd be gutted in a different way. We've got news today about obviously McKennie's already gone. We knew that we won't be signing him. I feel a bit sorry for McKennie because obviously, the abuse he's had is disgusting and horrible. And, you know, as I've said on another video a few weeks ago, you know, yes, you can say he's had a bad game and have an opinion on his game and things like that, but you don't go past that. You don't go into personal things. You don't go into this, that, and the other. It's disgusting. Weston McKennie. I seen a guy on, I think it was Twitter, saying, you know, he and his lads had a picture, or his lads had a picture with McKennie. He said, that he was, while the picture was being taken, McKennie was getting abuse hurled at him. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. Just But then online is even worse. I mean, it's disgraceful. Just yeah, it's disgusting. He hasn't worked out for McKennie. Again, he was shocking yesterday. He had a terrible match. He really did. But they all did, you know, and they all did. It's not been a good season, but the McKennie loan didn't work out at all, and he'll be delighted to get out of Leeds. I'm sure there was a video of him getting going to on the train out of Leeds. He was on an LNER train, wasn't he? Probably, I think he's the United States playing at the friendlies. I don't know, but you know, I don't know what he's supposed to do. What, hang around in Leeds? People getting throwing abuse at him for that as well. What's he supposed to do? He's a loan player. His loan's finished now. He's not going to hang about, is he? Back to Juventus. I wish him all the best and hope that he finds a club that fits him, that suits him, and they probably play him in his best position. I mean, yesterday I think he was playing up front for some of the game, and why is he taking long throws? Why is he doing Rory Delap stuff? I've seen Sam Allardyce. Where's take the throw in? What's that about? Long throw-ins. When have we done that? You know, the way the club's gone since Bielsa's gone, and the football we played there. Yes, I was calling for his head at the time because the results were not good enough. But the way the club's gone since is, yeah, no good, no good at all. And it's sad to see, really sad day and sad time. But we head back to the championship to finish off the roundup of obviously the game. Jack scores, and like I said, I didn't celebrate it. You knew it didn't matter much. Probably his last game for Leeds. He did look visibly very upset after the result, after the final whistle. Um, I think he came out and said he did an interview as well. I didn't to it, to be honest with you, but I do expect that to be his last game for Leeds, and yeah, he's probably one. I mean, Jermaine Genius was, I must admit, doing my head in the commentary, but he probably did say, out of this Leeds squad, this Leeds team, you'd only really take Harrison and Rodrigo, and Harrison will get a Premier League move, I'm sure of that. I'm pretty glad he didn't go to Leicester now as well. But regardless, he'd have got a Premier League move anyway. I think that would have only been a short-term thing with them getting relegated. Maybe if he went, they wouldn't have done, but who knows now. I think Rodrigo, he said that Rodrigo as well, didn't he? I think Rod will go. I didn't think he would do initially, but having thought about it, yeah, he probably will. Even though he's getting on, isn't he? I can't see him staying just purely because of the wage that he's on, and the wage drop is massive now. We're in the championship, isn't it? It's 60% up to 60% wage cut, and do you really want to be doing that when you've been on like 100 grand or whatever he's on a week? Going down to what, 50 a week? It's a big. I mean, obviously still a lot of money, but it's a big drop, isn't it? And whether he wants to do that, whether he can still play at the top level, he's proved this season that he can, and I think that in the right team again, he will thrive. And I don't think we've ever really been able to play him in his proper position. And again, yesterday, most of the time, I think he was alone by himself up front. He's not a lone striker. He can't do that job. He needs a partner next to him to, you know, to play off. I think generally, I think that's his best position. Maybe even can play out on the wing as well. You know, we never really tried that either, did we? But I can't imagine him staying if he does, fair play, because, you know, he'll rip it up in the championship, but I just can't see that happening. But yeah, I mean, ironically, Jack Harrison scored our first goal back in the Prem, didn't he? At Anfield, that 4-3 game. And he scored our last game in the Premier League for probably some time. That one yesterday against Spurs. So I think he's got 6 goals with 6 goals in the season. But then Spurs just go up the other end, and it's defensive suicide. We're wide open, giving Harry Kane all the space and time of all the time he wants. You know, he had the freedom of Elland Road yesterday, basically, and he's not going to miss that. Slides the ball in 3-1, and then the last goal for me just sent me under. Really, I must admit, even though you're 3-1 down, you're getting relegated. You know you are. Just show some defensive acumen and get an accurate tackle in. Liam Cooper went by him more, did, then I don't even know. Robin Koch was a culprit for me. Just seemed to run past him almost. Just just didn't even want to know. Didn't want to even get the ball. Just run past him and score. You know, again the commentary was going mad about that goal. I think mainly because of his last game, etc. You know, his last game he scored a goal and this, that, and the other, and they went wild, didn't they, on the Spurs bench and lifting him up and everything like that. Last game, fair enough, but anyone with a brain who knows how to play football, knows the rules of football, probably could have scored that. Really, you know, he just had to run straight. Really, nobody even engaged him and tried to bother with the tackle. Didn't bother, and then it's relegation, and you know what can you do? You know, as a fan, not much. You know, the players need to have a look at themselves, and they could have done a lot more. I think the board situation probably hasn't helped. The managerial mess hasn't helped at all. It's just been a mess of a season, and one that needs to be forgotten about immediately. Which, with it ending in relegation, mm, it's difficult to forget it, isn't it? Really, but you just gotta put it away and say, look, maybe we can come back next season. But from this moment, I believe that Leeds will probably be in outside the Premier League for quite a number of years, but we don't know that yet. I mean, the managerial situation is the key for me. I don't think people going about the director of football. I think the director of football is so important now in football clubs that obviously it's an important position, but and you might say you don't have a manager without a director of football. Maybe you don't, but I think the managerial. I mean, the takeover will happen. The 49ers will take over. I think the director of football again will sort itself out. The manager is the most important part for me. You know, the playing squad. A lot of them we know will go. The recruitment has to be right, yes, but at the end of the day, it's the manager that knits it all together. You've seen that. We've seen that with Bielsa, and we haven't got it right since. Um, but let me know what route you would like us to go down. Would you like experience in terms of a manager, or would you like us to try perhaps a youthful approach? You know, a bit like Burnley did with Company. I mean, Burnley For anybody trying to get out the championship at the first attempt, obviously they have to be the model to look at, don't they? And they brought in company who had success in a lesser league, in obviously in the Belgian league. Um, and he ripped apart the championship, didn't he? Got them playing at some great football with a group of players who they brought in a lot of players, obviously. Got them gelled really well. So do we go down that route? I know there are managers available who potentially could, you know, give us a bit of a new lease of life. But let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this. But a sad day, painful day, not nice to watch your team, get relegated. And even though we all knew it was coming, and I think maybe last week at West Ham, the result against West Ham was one that really hit home for me. And when it just became real that we were going to get relegated, um, I think when it's confirmed, yeah, it's upsetting and it is painful, but I think I'm a little bit numb to it. I was very angry watching the match yesterday. But I think after the game, you just think, well, we'd already I'd come to terms with relegation already, and it was the West Ham game that did it for me, to be honest with you, last week. And but now it's confirmed. At least we know where we're going to stand. And like I said, going forward, this week I'll be doing sort of, yeah, who will stay, who will go, in my opinion, who I'd like to see go, who I'd like to see stay. Obviously, Aronson, it looks like he's got a clause in his contract as well. So, goodbye to him. Hopefully, he's not been nowhere near good enough, has he? Either. But let me know your thoughts on everything. Sad times, but we go again. Leeds, we go again. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Leeds United are relegated to the Championship. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. It's gone on for a while, this one. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.